Good morning, my sisters and brothers. I wanted to leave you with some words for this week, some words of thought, words of encouragement. And one thing I wanted to share with you is that I look back over our past year and a half or so and see how so many of our lives have changed and how many of us have had to kind of recenter ourselves and kind of get used to this new way of living. And some of us have went through some very difficult times, some pressing times, some taxing times. But what I realize is that for everything that we've went through, every obstacle, every situation, that God has always been present. And I got to thinking to myself that at times the struggle can be overwhelming. It can sometimes just take us out of sorts, remove us from our the center of who we are. But God is the center. He is the core to our being. And although that the struggle may be just too much to bear at times, and it's so real, I wanted you to know that so is God. That God is over everything. And when we allow ourselves to put God over everything, to put him over every situation, to give him every situation, every thought, I realize that we don't relinquish power because God is all powerful. But we allow that power to do what only God can do what he does with it. And then what happens is that power takes over the situation, but then we become powerful because we transform when we allow God to utilize us. And when we allow ourselves to freely lay everything down for him, God gets the glory because we get to boast about how good this God is, our God is. That through every situation that seems enormous at the time, that God rectifies situations that we seem so perplexed by and think that they're so big. It's nothing to him. And so I wanted to encourage you this week that if you come up against an obstacle or a circumstance presents itself, put God over top of it. It's kind of like God can look down and see what's going on. We know he sits high, but we know he sees low. And so just to encourage you, my brothers and sisters, that this week, the struggle of life is real. But realize that so is God.